Greetings and welcome, believers, to another episode of Let's Play Dark Reign. Alright, time to look at the things from the Imperium side. Again, 12 missions, that should be of fairly difficulty. Back when I played it, I never really had a preference for either side, but I did think the Imperium was a little bit overpowered. They have so much better stuff in some occasions. Yeah, the only real disadvantage the Imperium has is that they are a bit slow, perhaps. Whereas the Freedom Guard really is built on speed. Now that works kind of for and against it, because while I do enjoy the speed that the Freedom Guard has, it does kind of make their vehicles a little bit difficult to control. They keep slipping into the range of enemy turrets, for instance, which makes, a little bit less fun. Right. I'm not going to be reading the journal this time around, so if you are interested in that, I recommend you start at the beginning of the Freedom Guard episode, where I do read the journal of the Togra. But here we are just going back into the campaign as much as possible. In the early stages of the conflict, the Freedom Guard was limited to minor acts of sabotage against the Imperium. A young Freedom Guard officer, Jeb Radek, plotted a bold frontal raid on the sizable Imperium supply depot of pure water on the planet Alcine. The plan was considered a suicide mission by the fledgling Freedom Guard ruling synod, but Radek ignored the synod and led the assault with a small team of volunteers. Now, a potable water depot on Alcine has been seized by a group of insurgents. Attack the depot and destroy all those who have challenged us. Demolish all water processing facilities. Alright, so we need to build a training facility and assembly plant and destroy all enemy resource freighters and water launch pads.
Unit generation in progress.
Easy enough.
Unit completed.
Yes, sir.
Construction underway.
On my way.
Now,
At once.
Construction underway.
and while we are off the back of the final episode last time where I beat the game, I wonder if there's purist runs of this game, where you simply only play as the faction you have played through the missions and then beat the entire game with, because I am not entirely sure that would work. Partially because, well, you'd be handicapping yourself pretty much. But aside from that, I don't see how you can break the bases particularly easily without copious use of sky fortresses. That's not to say you can't do it, just that I don't see how you do it. Alright, you go harass the enemy. Alright, let's first deal with the defenders. Let's make sure that there's nothing left down here as well. Now, I do like this mission for the fact that it stays true to the story of the history, rather than prevents the attack from happening at all, and thus completely erasing history as it is. It's something they will stray from in the future, I think. Yep. Excellent, you have made the first step in a long journey. Alright, well. The Imperium water processing facility on Alcine was seized by a small Freedom Guard force. The invaders were only able to hold the facility for a short time, while Imperium reserves made their way to the position and routed the invaders. Freedom Guard forces did manage to transport a sizable shipment of water off the planet in the interim. The officer who led the raid, Jeb Radek, was shortly thereafter elected to the Senate and became one of the Freedom Guard's leading commanders. Alright, Poison Sky. In 2598, the Imperium developed an experimental atmospheric processing device in order to accelerate the development of habitable ecosystems. When tested, however, the device malfunctioned and caused catastrophic biological devastation on the trial world of Perlin, and the planet was quarantined. Over a century later, the Freedom Guard landed on the planet's surface and determined that Perlin's atmosphere had recovered to a state where it could support life. They intended to establish a clandestine base there, believing that the Imperium would continue to ignore the planet. However, the Imperium had similar ideas and had already begun constructing facilities on Perlin. The Freedom Guard landing party clashed with the Imperium forces already on the planet. Scout the surface of the planet for a Freedom Guard detachment. An expeditionary force of the insurgents is attempting to establish a base on Perlin. Fortify your own position, then destroy the fledgling outpost. Alright, so establish a base, construct 5 plasma turrets to destroy all Freedom Guard structures. This sounds like it could be difficult. Now, I don't know how difficult any of this is going to be. Because, you know, it's been a long time since I played this mission as either side. Even in game terms.
Construction complete. New units available. Construction underway.
Alright, let's produce some more stuffs. Now, I need to safeguard any crossing, so...
Unit completed. Construction complete. Construction underway. Unit complete. Construction complete. New units available.
Alright, let's just get a detachment going. This should help with the scouting a bit.
Construction complete.
At once. Yes, sir.
Construction
On my way.
underway.
Yes, sir. Responding.
Construction underway.
Now, I'm pretty sure the Freedom Guard base is going to be well defended.
Unit generation in progress. Construction complete. Unit
We want to make sure we have all the advantage we're gonna need. Preferably a source of Talon.
Unit generation in progress. Construction complete. New units available.
Responding.
Squad 1.
Ah, more water. Alright, good, good. We will make use of that.
Yes, sir. Waiting. On my way. At once.
Insufficient credits.
Responding.
Construction underway. Insufficient credits.
On my way.
Close enough.
Squad 1.
Alright.
Unit generation in progress. Unit completed. Unit
Actually,
completed.
one of those first.
Unit completed.
That's one of the things I appreciate about the Imperium, that at least they have a functional scout.
Complete. Unit complete. Squad 1. Unit completed. Enemy engaged. Unit completed.
Alright.
Enemy engaged. Unit completed.
Alright, that Talon supply.
Unit generation in
Well, as long as the enemy keeps coming in piecemeal, I'm fine.
Unit generation in progress. Unit completed. Unit completed. Enemy engaged. Unit completed. Unit destroyed.
On call. Yes, sir.
Unit completed.
On my way.
Unit completed. Base under attack. Enemy engaged. Unit completed. Unit completed. Base under attack. Enemy engaged.
I mean, I did say it could be difficult, I didn't say it would be difficult.
On my way.
Construction underway.
At once. Responding.
Alright. Let's bring in the tank.
Construction complete. Unit
And this is also partially why I wanted to play the Freedom Guard first, because those always felt more difficult in some regards.
Unit completed. Enemy engaged. Mission.
You learn quickly, continue on this path, and all will be revealed to you. The Imperium force was surprised by the larger Freedom Guard scouting company and was quickly overwhelmed. Unable to contact their troops on the planet, the Imperium assumed the Perlan's atmosphere remained toxic and suspended investigation. The Imperium did not discover the Freedom Guard base established on the planet until many years later. Indeed. It's one of the times when the game starts actually messing with the history a bit. But you know, it could have gone either way, based on how that mission was set up. The prison break. The Imperium operated a detention camp in the barren marshland region of Rent. A number of Freedom Guard prisoners were confined there, along with some more infamous civilian criminals from around the galaxy. Imperium biotic researchers were using the prisoners for genetic experimentation. Among those held in the compound was Freedom Guard Commander Jeb Radek, who led the water raid on Alcine. The Freedom Guard assaulted the camp in an attempt to recover Radek and the others. Now, unfortunately we don't start with the base intact, but rather we begin after the prison has been ransacked. The Freedom Guard have established an attack base nearby. The insurgents have raided our detention facilities and released a number of prisoners. The escaped prisoners and their liberators are now fleeing the compound. An escape vessel is waiting to move the fugitives off-planet. We believe there is a convoy nearby carrying Freedom Guard Commander Radek. Find it before Radek can escape. Hunt them down and kill them all. Alright, prepare the damaged compound and hold off any diversionary counterattacks. Track down and kill the escaped prisoners. Scout out potential escape routes for the convoy carrying Radek. Destroy the convoy. Right. This sounds easier than it is. Alright, so we have several facilities that are badly damaged.
Enemy engaged. Unit
Voice. Responding. Yes, sir.
Alright, I have basically nothing. Let's just finish killing this thing. Right. Yeah, we have an interesting new unit. The Emperor. Something that was actually never used in the campaign by the enemy for some reason. In any case, that'll do for this episode. Thank you all for watching. See you all next time.